Good day, doctor. We are from Group I. This is our system demonstration video. My name is Winhui, metric number 287982. So I will start our system demonstration by demonstrating our first component, which is user management component. Okay, so once user successfully run the system, this page will be shown to user. So when user is first time using this system, the user need to register the system by clicking this register button or this register button. Okay, so to register a new account, what the user need to do is input a valid email, input a password, and also confirm their password. So I will demonstrate one time. And then click the register button to register. Okay, user will receive this message. So user need to check their email to confirm their account. So user need to click here to confirm their account. Okay, so once user successfully confirm the account, this message will be shown to user. So user now can log in to their account to access the system. So to log in into the system, the user need to do is input their register email, their password, and then click login. Okay, so once user successfully log in, user will be shown, this page will be shown to user, and user can access their profile to see the details. So for example, this is the profile which have the username, and user can choose to input their phone number if they wish to, and then click save. And user also can manage their email by changing new email. And also if user wish to change password, user can change their password through here. So I will demo how to change the password. So user need to input their current password, their correct current password, and then input their new password, and then update password. Okay, if user receive this message, this means that the password have been successfully changed. So user can log out from the system by clicking on this logout menu. User will be led to this front page. So other than that, user also, if user forgot their password, user also can click on this to reset the password. So to reset the password, user need to input their email and then click the reset password. Okay, after that, user need to check their email to reset their password. User need to click here to reset their password. So to reset the password, user need to input their registered email and then their new password, and then click on reset. Okay, so this password has been successfully reset. So user can click here to log in again. So user have successfully reset their password and able to log in into the system. So next for the source code, from these two line of code for the package reference, indicates that we utilize the ASP.NET Core Identity component in our system. So specifically, this ASP.NET Identity Entity Framework Core that allow us to integrate user management feature with our database using Entity Framework Core. While this ASP.NET Core Identity UI provide a ready-made UI component for user registrations and authentication. And this reuse of existing component help us streamline our development process and ensure that best practices in our user management component. So next is the code for the register page. So for the registration page, the customizations of or the modification we do is we add this email XING method. So this method is to enable the system to send the confirmation email to user to let them make the confirmation for their account. And this same function or the method also apply to another page like the forgot password page that need the email confirmation. So inside this forgot password page, we also apply the same method to enable the system to send the confirmation email to user to enable them to reset their password. Okay, so next the modification we do is in our navigation bar. So in here we do a little modification which we change one of the navigation item into this profile item to enable user to view their details of their profile. Okay, next is the documentation for the ASP.NET Core Identity component. So basically, this documentation has been heavily used to let us set up or reuse this component in our system. So like the command we need to use to set up the component and so on.
After login, you will be directed to this page where you can control assessment details. As you can see, user interface is clear and user-friendly. we focus on simplified and easy of use to ensure that even those who are not tech-savvy can navigate the system without any issue. Now, I will demonstrate the assessment detail management component. This component is designed to streamline the process of handling assignment details effectively. First, let's navigate to the input assignment details section. Here, user can click on this button to add a new assignment with details such as title, due date, course name, additional instruction, and others. This interface is designed to be intuitive and user-friendly, ensuring that user can quickly and accurately enter assignment information. Now I add a new example. Next, let's move on the attainment file fields. This allows user to attach relevant files to the assignment. For example, they can upload documents, image, or any other supporting material they might need. User can click this button, select their file, and it adds to the assignments. As you can see, the file attachment process is straightforward. Lastly, the assignment categories enable user to categorize assignment based on different criteria, such as priority level and status. By categorizing assignments, user can easily filter and organize their tasks, making it more manageable to keep track of various assignments throughout the semester. Okay, next, after input all the required assessment details, click the Insert button to save the assessment. Then, the new assessment will be shown here. This allows user to seamlessly add new assignment into the system. Besides, the user can click the View button to access detailed information about the selected assessment stored in the system. Then, View File. View provides a comprehensive overview including attached file and specified instruction, ensuring clarity and accessibility. If user discover any inaccuracies in the assessment detail or wish to make change, they can click the Edit button. This functionality allows the modification of existing assessment, ensuring data accurate and relevant throughout the assessment lifecycle. Report writing. Then the update data will be shown here. In case where an assignment is not longer requested or need to be moved for any reason, user have the option to delete it by clicking the delete button. Then approve it. Okay. This field help in maintaining a tidy and relevant database, ensuring that not only current and necessary assessments are retained. Next, we'll show the source code for those subcomponents in assessment detail management. For the input assignment details component, allow user to input and manage assignment details. The relevant source code for this functionality can be found in the assessment.cs, iassignmentservice.cs, and assignmentservice.cs files, particularly in the Insert and Edit section. Assessment.cs file defines the structure of assessment entity, which include property for all the extension details such as title, description, due date, and so on. Each property corresponds to an input fields in the input assignment details subcomponent. iassessmentservice.cs file defines the contract for service that manage assignment, include method for inserting, updating, retrieving, and deleting assignment details. Well, the assignmentservice.cs file implement the aforementioned interface. It contains the business logic for CRUD operation on assignment. Next, the subcomponent of attachment file allows user to attach file related to the assignment. This functionality is implemented in the iFileService.cs and FileService.cs file. iFileService.cs is a reusable interface to handle file attachment, while File service.cs also implement the aforementioned interface. It manages the uploading and retrieval of files attachment to assignment. When a file is attached to an assignment, the file service manages the file storage and link it to corresponding assignment record. It also handles the removal of attached file when assignment is deleted, ensuring that all file operations are manageable seamlessly and maintaining the integrity of the assignment details. Finally, the assignment categorization subcomponent helps in organizing assignment based on various criteria. The categorization logic is managed in the enum.cs file, which defines the different categories available. Enum.cs files are used throughout the system to ensure consistent categorization of assignment. This categorization is critical to filtering and sorting assignment, making it easier for users to manage their workloads. Let's move to the source code and see how it maps to the CRUD operations. On the insert function, the use assignment service.cs is to create a new assignment. It takes an assessment object as input, set its properties, and add it to the database before saving the changes. Then, for the display function, this line of code retrieves the list of assignments for the database. The data is then displayed on the UI, allow user to view all assessment details. Moreover, the delete operation removes an assignment from the database. It is related to the delete assessment as string in assignment service.cs file. It identifies the assignment by its ID, delete the record from database, and save the changes. For the edit function, the onGetAsSync method is used to retrieve the existing data, while the onPostAsSync method saves the updated details. This method fills the assignment by its details, update the properties with new value, and save the changes back to the database. In summary, the assessment details management component in UAMS provide a comprehensive solution for managing assignment details through well-defined CRUD operation. The source code is organized to support each subcomponent effectively, ensuring seamless integration and functionalities.
My name is Wong Cheng, metric number 285440. So now I would like to demo the third use case, the third component, assignment tracking and progress monitoring. For this component, total have two subcomponents, which are filtering and sorting and also the visual representations. So first, user can click the sort icon on the header to sort the table data by selected column. And second, the user can click the calendar icons above the table to access the calendar page and view all the upcoming assessment and also the respective due dates. But by now, for the subcomponent 2 cannot functions, and the reason I will explain in that section. So for the first subcomponent, filtering and sorting, I reuse the ASP.NET Core MVC component. Firstly, the HTML structure, I import the table styling from the Bootstrap class. Then each column header except the file and actions includes a link for sorting. These links are generated using the Razor syntax and ASP.NET Core tag helpers. We can see the code. For example, the ASP page index. This tag helper attribute generate a link to the index page. And then let's say explain the first column, the assignment type. This code. The ASP road sort order model assignment type sort pump. This tag helper generate a URL with a query string parameter named sort order, and its value is taken from the model assignment type sort pump. This allows the backend to determine the sort order based on this parameter. And then the class sort link. This assigns a CSS class to the link for styling, and just the file and actions column do not have the sorting links. And this setup allows the user to click on the headers to sort the table data by the selected column. And the ASP road sort order parameter is passed to the backend, where the controller or Razor page handler can use it to determine the sort order and fetch the appropriately sorted data. But actually, before that, I separate the controller as a single file named assessmentcontroller.cs class. But to make it more clear and easy to manage, I combine the controller function in the index.cs HTML. here in the assessment page. And this controller initially handle the HTTP requests related to the assessments and provide the functionalities for listing and sorting this assessment. So has the UAMSDB context object as a dependency, allowing access to the database context. Has an index, has this method accept the sorting parameter and filtering the parameter. And the view bag will use to pass the data from the controller to the view, the index.chhtml, and the sort parameter are sorted in the view bag to maintain the state of sorting link in the view. And then it will fetch all the assessment from the assessment table and will apply filters based on the null and non-empty parameters. And then the sort order parameter will determine the sorting logic. Depending on the value of the sort order, the assignment's query is ordered. We use the switch statement here. If the sort order is not specified, the default sorting is by title in ascending order. So the final assignment query is executed, converted to a list, and passed to the view. So the second component is visual representations. This function allows the user to view all upcoming assignments and their respective deadlines. It displays the color-coded entries for different courses or priorities on specific dates on the calendar. When the user selects any date from the calendar, the corresponding event is displayed, including the details such as the assessment title and also the due date. So for this function, I reuse the ASP.NET Core Blazor component to develop this function. So first, user can click the calendar icon in the assessment page. Then it will go to the calendar page. To display the calendar, first I will create a Blazor component and the file will call the calendar component Razor. So before that, I need to import the necessary namespaces and components in the import .razor file. So this is all the necessary namespaces and also the components. And then we go to the browser component, okay, calendar component.razor file. And this browser component set out a basic calendar view using the bootstrap classes for styling. It features the upcoming assignment from the database using the UAMSDB context and display them based on their due dates. And the calendar initialized with the current month and year. So it has the look calendar functions. So it will populate the current month days with days of the current months, creating the database for assignment due on each day. So and then next month and also the previous month. So this function is when the user click the button here, previous or next, and it will trigger the method here. So it will navigate forward or backward through the months, update the current months, and reload the calendar accordingly. And then we can see this is the when it click the date, it will show all the details, including the title and also the due date. So this is the description. So when I click date, it will display the details, including the assessment title, the due date, priority. So all the data will fetch from the database. And then all the style of the calendar will put in this www directory and in this site.css file here. So the calendar will fill the whole page and display a floating box with details in a table when the user click on any date. So actually it will look like this. I reuse the component here. Actually it will look like this. And next, it also, to make it possible, it also need another CS HTML file, this host.cs.html file. This is the main layout file for the browser server apps. It set up the HTML template and initialize the browser server side applications. So it will import the CSS file for styling and set the base URL and include the root browser components, ensuring that the browser applications is correctly initialized and rendered both on the server and client. The setup ensures the applications start correctly, providing a foundation for rendering browser components such as the calendar component discussed earlier. So lastly, you also need an app.browser file here. This component is the root component of the browser applications. It defines the layout and set up the routing for the apps. The router component here is used to define how the application should handle navigations and render the appropriate components based on the URL. And the file here is the child component of router that defines what happens when a route is successfully matched. And the not file here is the component define what happens when no routes match with the current URL. So now I would like to explain why the second subcomponent visual representation cannot function. Because first, the browser compatibility problems, because it has the compatibility issue since we use the browser components. And second, it has, when it integrate with other components, it have the dependencies, and same with just now the compatibility problems. And when I try to run it, debug it, it will block by the firewall. So one of the file the firewall consider uh has the malware, so it will block the file and cannot run. So this function finally cannot perform successfully.
Next is about the notification settings page. There are four parts which are enable notification, notification frequency, notification time, and also the notification channel. So for the first part, that user can choose either they want to continue to get the continuous notification or not. Next is the notification frequency, and we have provided two options which are daily and weekly. And next is notification time. A user can input the specific time that they want to get that they prefer to get the notification on the day. And last is the notification channel, and we have provided two platform channel, which are email and also the in-app notification. Okay, so let us have the first example here. Now the time is 18 p.m. So we just set an example that after 1 minute, and click on the notification channel as email and click on the set button here. So after clicking the set button, the system will make the user back to the index page, and let us wait for 1 minute. And after 1 minute, I will refresh our mailbox, and then we can see very clearly that we get an assessment notification, and with the uh, title of the assessment and also the due date of the assessment. And all right, let us have a second example here. So we just simply choose, and now the time is 6:22, and we just set it 6:23 as the example, and click on the in-app notification and save it, and roll back to the index again and wait a minute. Yeah, you can see very clearly the notification have prompt out above the page and the title of the assessment and also the due date.
That have related to the notification page. So first is the notification HTML.cs. So yeah, this is the whole coding that related for the page. So first I'm going to explain for this part. So for this part, alright now I'm going Alright, now I'm going to explain some of the coding that has used in the patch. Alright, now I'm going to explain some of the coding that have been using that is quite important and have been using in the notification function. So first, I want to explain about this. So this method is an asynchronous task that returns an iAction result. So it takes an optional integer parameter assessment ID. So next is about here this part. So here we retrieve the current login user using the user manager get user assign user. And if the user is not found, we will return a not found result with a message indicating so the user couldn't be loaded. Okay, next is about here. So we then will try for to load the existing notification settings for the user and the specifics assessment. So if no settings are found, we will create a new default notification settings and send them to the database. So besides that, we also have one important method class that have using to manage all the notification. So notification service.cs, which is a hosted service in our function. So this service is responsible for sending notifications to users at specific times. So first is about the public class notification service. And this notification service task implements iHosted service and ID is hostable interface. So it has two dependencies injected that are constructed, which are iService provider and iService context notification queue. So the timer object is used to trigger periodic tasks. Okay, next is about the start assign here. So the start assign method is called when the service is starts. So it initializes the timer to call the do work method every minute. So next is about the big part of our coding here. So the do work method is where the service main logic resides, and it creates a scope to resolve the dependency and retrieves the database context. It then will find all notifications that should be sent within the last minute and sends them either as in-app notifications or emails. So next is about the private assigned task role, and in the send email assigned, our method handles the logic for sending emails, and it uses the SMTP client to send an email asynchronously and returns a boolean indicating the success or failure of the operation. So for the whole that we know the notification service class has periodically checks for the notifications that need to be sent and dispatches them either as in-app notification via the signal IR or as emails. So it ensures that users are promptly notified about their assessment.
That's all from Group I. Thank you for your attention.